Let It Begin With Me by Marcella Adamson. I can only imagine what life would be like if we focused on love instead of the strife. Life could be great as we go about our days, lifting each other up out of the fog and the haze. This is the dream I would like to see, so help me God and let it begin with me. In the late 80s, my husband and I moved from Ontario to Alberta, far away from my sick and elderly parents. They lived on the East Coast. They understood that I had family and employment commitments, but it was difficult for me. I decided I would make up for it by helping others who needed assistance. I knew that my parents would approve. It helped me come to terms with the situation. The idea of comforting the sick and elderly stayed with me over the years. I believe I was destined to follow that path. One day, as I was reading our parish bulletin shortly after retirement, my destiny was confirmed. An article about pastoral care visitation training caught my attention. I immediately checked it out, signed up, completed the course, and began a new phase of my life. That training introduced me to a very rich, rewarding experience in the years that followed. I thrived as I visited the elderly and the sick in their homes, in nursing homes, in extended care units and hospitals. To my surprise, filling that need fulfilled a need in my life as well. That thought never entered my mind before I began volunteer work. Seeing the joy that my visits brought to the lives of others also brought much joy to me. I remember the first day I visited a nursing home. I was a little apprehensive entering the facility. I floated out. I did not feel my feet touch the ground. I had never had such a high in my life. How could this be? I could finally affirm what "in giving we receive" really meant. Nursing home visitations were special for me. I made friends with many residents. When I entered the foyers of the homes to see specific residents, many of the others' faces would light up. They thought I was coming to visit them. I felt compelled to stop by, say hello, and spend a brief moment with them before I started my regular visits. In order not to shortchange the time I had to spend with others, I found myself showing up early to socialize with those in the front lobby. The people I visited would sometimes confide in me. They would talk about concerns they did not want to discuss with family members. They did not want to worry them. They would talk about their youth, their pranks, their families, their sorrows and joys in life. Sometimes we would go for a little walk. Often we laughed as we reminisced about days gone by, and sometimes we laughed uncontrollably. What beautiful memories. This volunteer work gave me a sense of well-being. I loved every minute of it. Well, almost. It filled me with love and compassion for those I served. It also filled a need I had to be useful. I did not realize how much I needed it until I could no longer participate due to my own physical limitations. I thought my volunteer days were over. I remember hearing that whenever a door closes, a window opens, and one opened for me. A couple of months ago, when I was browsing the diocese newsletter, another opportunity presented itself. I noticed an announcement about training for the palliative care bereavement team and a request for volunteers. I called the number provided and discovered that I could do this from home as the contacts were by phone. Of course, I enrolled. Even though I no longer see faces, I can hear the changes in their voices. I have adapted to the change, and I am so grateful for this opportunity. Once again, I have a purpose in life, and that is helping those in need. I would like to encourage others to give some thought to volunteering a little time to the communities in which you live. There are so many opportunities out there and people who could use your help in little and big ways. It does not have to be big to be useful. You don't even have to be able, but available. The rest will come. I reach out to those who are retired or approaching retirement to consider sharing a little of your time, skills, interests, or talents with others. It's strange that when I think back on helping those in need, the biggest thing I remember is the joy. What more can one ask for? Life is a mystery that we don't understand. We rail at what is not instead of enjoying what we can. It is time to change this train of thought. Let's enjoy what is, putting to rest what is not. Live, laugh, love all the time, giving hope to those around you who are trying to cope. Always remember that peace is at hand by living your life as best as you can.